We're live. We're live. We are live. Let's clean off the screen. Just making sure everything. Did I make it any better? My good lord. Whatever. Anyways, what is poppin' YouTube? It is Sydney Island here. That's Island with a Y, not an S. And today I am coming at y'all with another juicy story time. Okay. And this one, I'm finally going to open up about my very first relationship with a male human. And yeah, it's going to be real interesting. Um, so I'm just going to jump right into it. By the way, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's growing. I'm past 4K, and I'm thankful. Okay. By the way, we sipping on some Merlot tonight. And ironically, but not ironically, the name of my lipstick is called Wine. Yeah, I love burgundy, y'all. Burgundy is like one of my favorite colors. Okay, so let's just jump right into the story time. So I notice about myself because I'm going through some pretty deep shadow work and a lot of spiritual rebirth. I've noticed that I have a tendency to focus on the negative of my past experiences with males. And not just with males, but with just past lovers because I've had lovers that aren't only males. So I just sometimes focus on the negative, I realize, and I just remember the negative. And at this point in my life, I'm 26 and I want a meaningful relationship with a man and I want to get married one day and have kids. And if I'm going to manifest this person, I have to go through very deep shadow work. You know what I'm saying? And I have to heal those wounds from the past and stop griping on the negative in order to move on. So that's part of the reason why I'm filming this video is because I made a video talking about the same ex, but it was called like 9 red flags or something like that. And it was just about all the negative things that I saw in him. And there was more to the relationship than the red flags. Like there was more to the relationship than his negative traits. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my own negative traits. I made some mistakes in that relationship and I was not doing right, in that relationship. Like I wasn't perfect, but it was a very educational experience. And so, our part of growth is just being honest. It's just being 100% honest with yourself more than anything. And I have to be honest with myself. Like I'm not perfect. So how can I even judge him so much? You know what I'm saying? And to make a video, it's like, there's nothing wrong with me making the video with the 9 red flags or whatever, because at the end of the day, he did some things that was kind of like a little iffy, but it's like, so did I, you know what I'm saying? So I have to take accountability. I'm not perfect. I did things that rocked his world in a negative way, and he did things that rocked my world in a negative way. I was not perfect, and I don't want to come on here and act like I am. So we're gonna call him Troy. It's my ex-boyfriend. His name is Troy. And you know I'm evolving, just own up to my mistakes and the fact that I didn't do everything that I was supposed to have done in that relationship. It means a lot. And I feel like the only way to attract a better mate, a mate that doesn't have those negative traits that I'm constantly trying to avoid, the only way to attract him is to heal from all the other negative experiences with men. So, and the only way I feel like I can do that is if I'm more positive about those experiences and to see the good in those experiences instead of looking back and be like, oh, he was so weird. Oh, he was so controlling. Oh, he was so rude. Like, okay, but what about the good that he brought into your life? I'm starting to want to look at the positive of what my past lovers brought into my life rather than to just like play the blame game and just be like, oh, he was just so negative and oh, he was just so annoying and like boo boo boo. But she wasn't perfect either. So let's get into the topic of the video, okay? Let's talk about my ex. Hello, Juju. How you doing, boo boo? You doing all right? What time is it over there? It's 5:54 p.m. where I'm at. And hello, Andre. How you doing? Y'all doing okay? Okay, so let's talk about this Pisces X. And I was about to say toxic by mistake because it's intoxicating. It's so weird that the word intoxicating has the word toxic in it. I was about to say toxic, but he was toxic, and guess what? I was toxic too in that relationship. I was in no way perfect. Okay. Okay, so you are an hour ahead of me, Juju. I'm 5:54. Okay, that's what's up. What state are you in? I'm in TN. Okay. USA, by the way. Excuse me. So I met Troy, which is the fake name that I'm giving my ex-boyfriend. I met him in like it was an old job that I used to work. It was a retail job. And I was a cashier and I was making literally nothing. I was making like $8 an hour. And in the beginning, it was cool. It was cool. It was chill. And then I started to slowly but surely hate it, like I usually do, like retail jobs. So that's where me and Troy met. Okay. We both were cashiers. It was a chill job though. When I look back on it, it was really chill. And this was like, I think shortly after the pandemic, like when they started opening stuff back up, I got hired to work at this retail job because I was like, okay, I need to make money. And I was working at Victoria's Secret and I had been there for like 8 months and then COVID shut the store down and they shut it down completely after COVID. Like, I don't know what really happened with that, but I was like, okay, I need to get a new job. So once I started opening stores back up, I applied for another job and I got it. And I got paid significantly less at that job than at Victoria's Secret. Cause I don't know like how much the Victoria's Secret gets paid at where y'all live at, but mine was paying 11 an hour and I was good. Okay. But this other job, this other store, it was a thrift store. I was only making $8 an hour. So I would never recommend y'all, by the way, don't work at a thrift store because they're not gonna pay you shit. Okay, so this is where I met Troy. And it was just, I feel like looking back on it, that's the only reason why God even sent me to that job was so that I can have this relationship with Troy. So Troy was a really adorable baby face, dark chocolate brown skin, African American male with like shoulder length dreadlocks. He was slightly chubby. He had really cute dimples. Like when I tell you, Troy was so cute, he was adorable, like a baby. But when I first met him, I thought he was gay. Like, honestly, I thought Troy was gay when I first met him. It was just a certain vibe that I got off of him. He was very soft and it was just a certain vibe that I got off of him. And I just thought he was gay. And I thought to myself, like, I kind of like him. It was like a vibe. It was like I kind of like him. He's so sweet. He's nice. Like a lot of Pisces are like really friendly and really nice. And he was like that. He was really nice. Like he gave off innocent vibes, like not a evil bone in his body. Nice, like super nice. And he had these really cute dimples, y'all. That was the thing that got me was these dimples. And he had these cute little furry eyebrows and this baby face, this cute round baby face. He was slightly chubby. He was like a little bit taller than me. He was just really adorable to me. And he was really sweet and just like a really friendly person. And I really like being around him. And I just had this vibe like one day. I had this vibe when he was like standing next to me because y'all, I'm intuitive, okay? I be having visions and shit. Like, yeah, I have visions. I know it's weird. Oh my gosh, she has visions. Like, what the fuck? Like, is she Raven from That's So Raven? Like, no, I'm Sydney from That's So Life. And I do be having visions. Yeah. I don't just like, like, you know how Raven, she have her visions. No, I don't do that. They just kind of just flicker over, like flicker in my mind. Like I'm reading a book, the visions flicker, right? So standing next to him, this was before we decided to be in a relationship. This is before we really linked up like that. And I just kind of had this, it was like a very sexual image. It was like I just saw us being sexual and then I cut that thought off because I'm like, I don't even know this guy. Like, why is that thought even in my mind? Like, I didn't even really want to have sex with him. Like, why am I having a sexual thought? Juju, you say yes. Yes about what? Anyways, I'm like, why am I having a sexual thought? So this is how I know that it was a vision rather than like my actual feelings because I didn't even know this guy. This was like literally like, I don't know, like the first week we had met each other and I didn't have any sexual feelings towards him. But like the image that I had when he stood next to me was us in some type of relationship being sexual. And like a lot of times I'll see stuff before it happens. And this is just like a gift that kind of runs in my family. It's not just me. He said, baby, I saw this title and damn near cried. What is it? IBS then Pisces? What is IBS? What is that? You said it's a Pisces thing. What's a Pisces thing? Me having visions about them? Because y'all Pisces can be very magical and y'all can be psychic too. And me having a Scorpio, is it Scorpio? Yeah, I think it's Scorpio in my Pisces house. No, 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 no. I can't remember y'all. But anyways, it don't matter. So, anyways, I had like a quick vision. It was very sexual, and I'm like, And mind y'all, before this, I had been manifesting a boyfriend because I was like, you know what, I'm tired of being single. It's just getting kind of boring. I just want somebody to cuddle with. So I think I was in my room and I was like, I just can't take this anymore. I'm manifesting a boyfriend. And with all of my might, I manifested a boyfriend. I was like, you know what? I remember I was like, literally, I just remembered I was at the thrift store working and I had a thought and I'm like, yeah, my boyfriend, I'm gonna go home to him tonight. Like, you know how you manifest and you speak it into existence? And I was like, I got a boyfriend. I'm gonna go home to him tonight. And next thing you know, me and Troy linked up. He was my boyfriend. And literally like a week after I manifested a boyfriend. And so the reason why I call this experience, y'all really in the chat. The reason why I call this experience intoxicating is for a couple of reasons. Is because we was drinking a lot of alcohol and smoking a lot of marijuana. Like this was a go figure being in a relationship with a Pisces. Like when y'all watch my comedy skits, y'all will see that I always have to put a joke about Pisces being into like drugs and alcohol and like being addicts because that is reality. Okay, Pisces love to drink and they love to smoke weed and they love to do drugs and they love to just like escape reality in some kind of way. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to people who have addictions. Like that's a real thing. And I'm not trying to like make fun of that. But like Pisces, y'all are some freaking addicts. Okay. And like maybe in a Taurus, we can be very indulgent and we are prone to the same addictions. Okay. So maybe that's part of the reason why we connected. So me and Troy, we connected. And a lot of our relationship we was drinking and we was smoking weed. Like it was we was always intoxicated. And it was almost like I didn't really like him. So I felt like I had to be intoxicated a lot of the time to be in that relationship. I guess. I mean, maybe it wasn't all the time though. He made me feel calm, and I felt like I could be myself with him, and I was very goofy. Like I have a Gemini Venus, so I'm very talkative and extroverted and silly in relationships. So that's how I was with him. I was very talkative, very silly, and I was the dominant one in the relationship. I'm going to be honest, I was very dominant. And I had just before this relationship, I had shaved off all my hair, completely bald, like almost bald. My hair was like this long, y'all. Super short hair. And not long after that, I dyed it like very, very bright blonde. So I had this really, really short mini blonde afro. And it was the first time ever in my life that I had shaved off all my hair. So, when I did that, I felt really close to my masculine energy when I did that. I don't know what it was, but it was something spiritual. It is something spiritual that happens to a woman when she shaves off all her hair. And I just felt like because I did that and it was such a huge change, that it was almost easier to manifest. You know what I'm saying? And I felt in tune with my masculine energy and I felt more assertive and more powerful and more confident with that short hair. And I know y'all probably thinking, well, if you felt that damn good, why don't you shave your hair again? It's just not the right time. I don't want to do it right now. I do feel like I'm going to do it again, but it'll probably be like when I'm 30. Maybe so that'll be like 4 years from now. I'm 26. So it's gonna be like 4 years from now. I feel like I'm meant to do it again. I just don't, I'm not ready because I actually really want to grow my hair out and I love my afro. I love my hair. And I did really miss my hair after like a couple of months after I shaved my hair. So this relationship was very significant for me, especially spiritually. So we did have a spiritual connection. Me and Troy, we definitely had a spiritual connection. And a lot of the times we had these spiritual moments that just felt like I would say these really weird poetic ass things while I was like high and tipsy AF. And he would respond like he knew what I was saying. Like he knew what I was talking about, even though I was loopy and just saying this crazy stuff. But when I would say it, it wasn't really like I was crazy. It was just like I was speaking from my higher self. Like I really was feeling what I was saying. And it wasn't crazy. Like I was in tune. So I learned a lot. Somebody said keep the feminine energy. Right now, yeah, I do feel like I do need to get in tune with my feminine energy. I'm just looking at y'all comments. I'm just gushing because I've had a couple in my life. A couple of what? A couple of Pisces? So yeah. This was a very significant experience. I just kind of had a feeling about Troy that we was gonna be sexual. I didn't even know. Like that's how my intuition works and my visions. It just pops up, and sometimes I doubt it, and I'm like, nah, like that's not gonna happen. Girl, you being crazy. Why are you thinking like that? And then a few months later, I'll be like, oh, that was a vision. You know. So when y'all watch That's So Raven, visions don't just happen and then you know exactly what they mean. Well, that's the thing about That's So Raven. When she would have a vision, she wouldn't know. She would have vision and she would think it's something else, and it always turned out to be something completely different than what she thought. So it wasn't really that it was completely different, but then again, it was like I didn't know that it was a vision of the future. I just thought that I just had a like a sexual attraction really really quickly, but I didn't. I did not feel that way towards him because I didn't know him, you know? So, anyways, fast forward, me and Troy, we had a thing with alcohol and with weed. I'm going to be honest. And it's dangerous. I do not recommend you being in a relationship with somebody that makes you drink or smoke more. I don't recommend that at all. I don't recommend you being in a relationship with somebody where you have to drink or smoke to be around them, or where y'all connect because of alcohol or marijuana. Like when y'all sober, it's awkward. And then when y'all drink and smoke, it's like, oh my gosh, we have this connection. That's very dangerous. And that's not really a real connection. Okay. It's false. It's like fake soulmates or whatever you want to call it. I mean, and it's not to say, I don't want y'all to think that you can't have a real soulmate connection with somebody when you're intoxicated with them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's like you literally can't be around that person unless you're high. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all connect when y'all are only under the influence. Like y'all should be connecting all the time. You know what I'm saying? But he was a pothead, and I wasn't smoking until I got into that relationship with him. He was like, you want to go out and smoke? Oh my gosh, I gotta go smoke, 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 smoke. And I realized I started breaking out like when I would smoke weed. I don't know if it was the particular weed that he would get from his plug, from his weed man. It just, his weed made me itch. Like my eczema would like itch. Like, it sounds funny, my eczema would itch. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, hold on. I'm like, I need my asthma inhaler. Damn, my inhaler. Oh, just like talking about it. I don't know. I'm kind of having shortness of breath a little bit. Juju, what you talking about? You said yes, but no sex. Just a very spiritual connections with them. Ours was sexual. We had a spiritual connection, but when we would connect spiritually, it wasn't when we was having sex. It was when we was having conversation and stuff. I know I'm your stereotypical nerd, glasses and asthma inhaler. Judge me. Okay, so let me continue the story. It said I knew someone who strung out on drugs to do a relationship. Previously, they had never done drugs before. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Lucky for me, I don't feel like I have an addictive, like I don't have a highly addictive personality. I feel like there's been periods of my life where I would drink or smoke more to cope, but I would take breaks. Like it's not hard for me to be like, okay, this is fucking up my life. Let me take a break from it. Like it's not hard for me. But for some people, it's really hard to detach from those substances. So that's why I say be careful being in a relationship with somebody that the whole vibe of y'all relationship is every time y'all link up, y'all just drink and smoke. Like be careful with that. But I'm a strong person, so I didn't really let that control me. Like I started itching like crazy. I don't know why I wasn't laughing when I say that. My eczema would break out so bad when I would smoke his marijuana. Sometimes that's what happened when I smoke other marijuana, but particularly the marijuana that Troy provided, my eczema would just itch. I would break out every time I smoked. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I stopped smoking. But he'd be like, oh, I gotta smoke. And he would be smoking and I wouldn't smoke. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to be intoxicated. I was like, I need to be intoxicated to be in this relationship. So if I'm gonna stop smoking, then I need to go at least get some liquor. So I would get wine, you know what I'm saying? And I would drink. And I'm drinking wine right now because I like wine, you know? But I haven't drunken wine in like a couple of weeks. I said, did you suspect he laced the weed because of the itching? No, he wasn't that kind of person. Well, from my experience with Pisces, Pisces aren't really like that. Like the Pisces that I attract, they're not mean, vicious people. Pisces really are really good people. They can be annoying as hell and very toxic because of they just have issues like admitting they have issues taking responsibility. Like they'll literally enable a lot of issues in a relationship and they will never own up to it because they don't even know it's happening, you know? And so a lot of times the Taurus Pisces dynamic is the Taurus giving the Pisces tough love. So in that relationship, I was like the dominant one. I was the leader. I was almost like a mother, to him. And I didn't like that at all. Like I'm like, I don't have kids. I should not have to be a mother to a 24-year-old man. Okay. Because at the time I was 24 and he was 24. We both was the same age, but it was like he was 16 and I was 24. And actually I'm a Taurus. Like I've always had an old soul. Like I've always been very mature for my age. So I felt like I was 32 and he was 16, you know? So I felt like I kind of had to babysit him and just tell him basic stuff like clean your apartment. You know what I'm saying? Wash your ass. I literally told him one day, wash your ass. But anyways, there was this time uh where we had both been smoking and I was in his apartment and the energy was different. I was intoxicated, of course. Just expect that when I talk about a spiritual experience with me and Troy, that we both was either high, tipsy, or both. Okay. So with me and Troy, it was like more later on in the relationship, like kind of towards the end of the relationship. And I was like really intoxicated. Like I was like crossfaded. And I was saying something, and I don't even remember what it was, but it was deep to me. And I felt almost like I was on stage. It was like this weird energy, but sometimes when I don't know, I have a very trippy mind, and experiences can turn spiritual. They can shift energy, like it's almost as if the environment shape shifts for me, and I don't have to be sober. I mean, I don't have to be intoxicated to experience that. That's just me. I'm a star seed. I'm weird. I'm different. And so I felt like I was on stage in this relationship and I was saying some stuff and he was like, it was really weird stuff, like stuff that you really couldn't just pick up on or understand. Like I'm a really deep person and I was saying some deep, weird stuff. And I was like, you know what I mean? And I looked at him and I'm like, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, yeah. And I could really feel that he knew what I meant. And it was like he knew what I meant, but it was just like I could feel that he knew what I meant, but he couldn't put it into words how he knew this deep, weird stuff. I really wish I could remember what I said, but I just don't. He couldn't put it into words how he just understood what I was saying, the deep, weird stuff. He couldn't put it into words. I couldn't put it really into words how he understood, but it was like this spiritual connection of like, I would look at him and we would just have this weird connection, and I would say some weird stuff. Like, you know, when you smoke weed and you just start saying some deep, wild, out there stuff about like aliens and space, and I would say stuff and he just understood. And I could just tell by his body language and his facial expressions and his voice that he truly understood. And when I say weird spiritual stuff, a lot of people don't understand. But for him to understand, that's why I stuck around. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I could just say these wild spiritual things and he just understood. And the crazy thing about it was, I felt he was very immature. And he was intelligent, don't get me wrong, he was smart. But I also felt like he didn't have a lot of wisdom, like he was a baby, you know? He just the way that he carried himself was very immature. So as having a spiritual connection, it doesn't always you don't always have to like be just like that person that you're having a spiritual connection with. And I feel like spirit is speaking through me right now as I'm saying this. Let me look at y'all comments. I knew someone. Okay, I already read that. You said, did you? Oh, I already read that. I said, yes, the itching is a little sus. Yeah, I would say it is a little bit suspect, but I don't think it was him. I think maybe it was the person who provided the marijuana. What's with the Pisces slander? See, I'm not slandering Pisces because if it wasn't for his that Pisces magic, that Pisces gift, Pisces have this ability to just they can just they understand very complex spiritual concepts that they don't even understand how they can understand it. And so Pisces can be very intuitive and very spiritual, and like you have a deep relationship with the Pisces. Like Pisces can be very deep, even if they don't act like it. They have a deep part of them that they probably don't even know exists, or they know it exists, but they just don't understand it. So I say, yeah, I agree on the itch. I know we want to see the good in people we surrounded around, but sometimes we be surprised. Yeah, but Troy was, his energy, yeah, I'm intuitive. I be picking up on energies, and he didn't do anything to the weed. He just didn't. I don't think he did at all. He really liked me. He didn't just really like me. He was in love with me. Okay, he was in love with me, but I was not in love with him. Okay. So he wouldn't lace anything. Like when I tell you he was infatuated, in love, in lust, and he just wanted me, he didn't want to share me with anybody. He was in love. And I came in and I would be singing to him, and he called me his songbird or whatever. And he really, really loved me. But unfortunately, I just couldn't give him those feelings back because I just didn't feel those feelings for him. I just didn't. I couldn't. And a lot of the times when I was in a relationship with him, I wanted to cut it off. I wanted to break up with him because I just felt like sometimes he was too clingy, and he was so needy, and I was like, a relationship should be 50-50, not 80-20. Like I'm giving all this energy and I'm putting out all this advice, and I'm like the energy, I'm like the powerhouse of the relationship, and you're just feeding off of my energy because you don't have a sense of self. That was the reason why I broke up with him, was because I was the confident one. I told y'all I shaved off all my hair and I was the more masculine one. I was the leader. He relied on my opinion for everything. He couldn't make a decision on his own. I made decisions for him. He followed behind me. So I broke up with him because I didn't like that. I didn't like that as a male, and we're the same age. You act like you're 16, and everything I say, like you just do it. I didn't like that. So You say, was Troy's communication consistent? What do you mean? Because honestly, the communication wasn't really that good. And when we did communicate, it was like eye contact. Like it wasn't even like mouth to mouth. Like communicate. I had a hard time communicating. I felt like I was just too mature for him. Some people have gotten so high they never come back to earth. Yes, that's why you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful with certain things. Um, I said, Sid, do you think Troy may have been a lover from your past life? Oh, that's a good Andre. That's a good question. Um, I think it's a very, very strong possibility because he had a Venus in Aries. And there's something in your chart that says when a certain signs cross or connect, that means that there's a past life connection. And I have a Mars in Aries and he had a Venus in Aries. And it was something else that kind of signified that it was a possibility that he may have been a past life lover. I kind of can understand that. I do feel that it's a possibility that he was a past life lover. But sometimes I doubt things because I'm like, it was only for 2 months. A lover from a past life? 2 month relationship, but that's me in my human mind putting a limitation on something. A past life connection is just a past life connection. It doesn't matter how long y'all was in a relationship. But um I never really thought about it. I don't think. I mean, I think about past lives. I think about past lives a lot, but I never thought about that. But I think it's a strong possibility that he was a past life lover. Every time I drink wine, I spill it. I hear you love on your breakdown. Huh? What does that mean? Pearly, what does that mean? I hear you love on your breakdown. What? I don't get that. Air Layer said, did you tell him he wasn't in his right position? What? Y'all need to please elaborate. Hummingman said, maybe you could be good friends in the future when you both evolve and mature. It doesn't have to be romantic. You're right, but I tried to reach out after we broke up. Well, I broke up with him, to be honest. And after that, I tried to reach out and be friends, and he was like, nah, I'm good. And it was like I blocked him. After I broke up with him, I blocked him because I didn't want to deal with him. And then literally it was like maybe a month later, I was like, hey, do you want to be friends? And then he was like, no, I'm good. I'm not ready for a friendship. And that was fine because I felt like it was the universe just redirecting me because in the reality of it, I really didn't like him. I was just trying to maintain a friendship just because it wasn't because I really was felt like I really wanted him back in my life. I think at the time I might have been bored or something. I don't know. Okay, it says maybe you could be. Oh, I read that. The breakdown as in your response. Wait, what? I don't know. I still don't get it. I hear you love when you you mean you give love when you break down well, I don't. I'm still kind of confused. I feel like I have to pee really bad. I'm gonna go take a break and pee really quick, and I'll be back. All right, y'all. I'm back. Uh, saving about the itch. You wanted my statement, the breakdown. LOL, the same about the itch. I don't know. I still don't get it. I'm sorry. I still don't get it. But hello, Reese. How are you doing? So yeah, we was talking about Troy. Let me take a deep breath in. Hold on, y'all. I'm a meditator. I need to meditate in order to ground my energy. And that's not the first time that I had a spiritual connection in a relationship. And there's something in my birth chart that even says that my relationships will be very spiritual. And I think it's very significant and very important for me to have this conversation right now and to just talk about it because right now I'm in the process of manifesting a partner and manifesting somebody that really suits me. And I told myself that I can't manifest that and I can't be in a relationship until I heal and let it all out, and understand everything that I've been through and on a deeper level and have a more positive perspective on what I've been through. Because like I said at the very beginning of this relationship, I have a tendency to take the negative from the experiences that I've had with past lovers and just gripe on how he wasn't a right fit for me or gripe on how annoying he was that I forget about the good that we experienced. So that's why I'm making this video because there was some good. The good was that I felt like I could be myself with Troy. I felt like we really vibed at times and we had so much fun. It was the one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. He would always, after work, because we worked together and a lot of times we would work the same shift, I would get in his car, he would drive me to his apartment and he really was doing it. Like he had his own place in his own car and for a person who came off so immature and irresponsible, he actually really he did take care of, some responsibilities, like having his own apartment and having his own car and paying the rent. And, well, he paid half the rent because his dad was helping him pay the other half. But like, I could learn from him. Even though I judged him a lot, it wasn't just him learning from me. I also could learn from him as well. So, I think it's really important when you have relationships to not always look back and be like, oh, he was so annoying and he did this to me and he did that to me. Take accountability and accept that you did shit to him too. And you ain't perfect. And that's something that I had to really like put my pride to the side and get off my high horse and just accept the fact that I fucked up in that relationship too. And just like I taught him a lot and I was like a leader in that relationship, I learned from him and I learned from that relationship. And if it wasn't for him giving me that energy and giving me that time and that experience, I wouldn't have learned what I learned. But the reality of it is, I was the leader. I was the leader. I mean, he'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. With your Mars in Aries and his Venus in Aries, I can see why you felt like the masculine one. Hmm. What do you mean? Because Venus is kind of more feminine? Is that what you mean? Explain, Andre, please, because I'm very curious to know what you mean. He said mine was immature as well. Very sweet though. Our moons are conjunct in Taurus. Yeah, like Pisces can be very sweet, but they just are so immature that you're like, I can't see a future with you. Like it was like literally a week after we was in a relationship, and he'd be like, I want to marry you, and I'm like, pump the brakes. I don't know you like that. And that really pushed me away a little bit. Like it really made me feel like, oh my goodness, like this dude is living in an illusion. Like he is in the clouds. We only know each other for a week. I'm a Taurus. We have to have been in a relationship for at least 2 years to even get to that point of talking about marriage. Like, okay, maybe not 2 years, but like I feel like I've always said to myself, I gotta be in a relationship with him for 2 years before I marry him. I don't know. Maybe things will change in the future, but I'm definitely not the type to be with somebody for a week and be like, "Ah, we're gonna get married." Okay, I probably had those naive, immature times, but it didn't take me long to like snap out of it and realize that's stupid and unrealistic. But yeah, it I learned a lot. And when I shaved my hair and I was just a part of that relationship and I was in tune with my masculine energy, I just felt more confident. Like I felt so powerful, like more powerful than I've ever felt in my life. And I want to manifest another partner because I've been single for quite a while. I've only had situationships, but I'm scared. I'm scared because I'm scared of just trauma, pain, embarrassment, making mistakes. Above all else, I'm scared of making mistakes because it leaves a stain. And maybe it's my ego that makes me feel this way, but it's like you have to heal from making mistakes. You got to forgive yourself. And I'm the type of person where I'm very hard on myself. So when I make a mistake, I'm like, ooh, like that Virgo rising is like, I just made a mistake. No. Which is kind of theatrical and stupid because I always make mistakes because everybody makes mistakes because we're all human. You know what I'm saying? Like we all make mistakes. And you say, yes, Sid, Venus is the feminine side and Mars is the masculine side, in my opinion. That makes sense, Andre. That does make sense. My Mars in Aries is like yeah, I have masculine energy. Like although I'm very feminine presenting, I like to look feminine. I love wearing makeup. I love wearing earrings. I love dresses, and I love the girly stuff. But I also have a very, very, very tomboyish side to me. Have you dated women before? Yes. I mean, I've been involved with women. Like I'm at a story time about the first time I ate the cootie cat, the first time I ate the kitty. Okay, like I've been sexually involved with women, but I've never been in a relationship with a woman. There was this really pretty caramel brown skin girl that I was about to be in some sort of a relationship with, and she just kind of spazzed out and just acted crazy. So I was like, I can't do this. That was one of those situations where it wasn't like oh, I gotta own up, like I fucked up type of thing. It was like, no, she's the problem. She's crazy. So I backed away. Like she just manipulated, and yeah, she was a Capricorn. But anyways, I was about to be in a relationship. We had a little sexual situation. It was almost a threesome. I ain't gonna lie. We had a little threesome thing going on. Me, her, and this other guy, and it didn't really turn into anything. But I did have a crush on her, and I just still to this day wish that it would have turned into something, because we had chemistry. We had a connection. Me and this other girl. I've been sexual with females. I've kissed females, but I've never been in an actual relationship with a female. Troy means they reminisce over you. Stay strong, Troy. Wait, what? Wait, what are you talking about, John? Do you mean like I reminisce over Troy? Cause not really. I'm only reminiscing because I'm making this video and it just came to me. But I don't really think about Troy like that. Like every now and then I think about that because that was my first relationship. But nah, I'm not pressed over Troy. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. When we broke up and we ran into each other at CVS, I saw his ass. We hadn't been in a relationship. I saw his ass, and he was eager to talk to me. He was like, "Hey," okay, he didn't gasp. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but he sounded very excited, and I could see that he was very excited to see me. And I just walked on by, called me a cold-hearted bitch, but I just wasn't trying to deal with it because he did some shady things. I did some shady things too, but it's just like I wasn't really trying to deal with that. Like I wasn't gonna have him try to be with me and leech and latch onto my energy like he did in the relationship and pretty much try to make me make decisions for him. No, I was really fixated on my relationship. I mean, not my relationship, on my career, on my YouTube channel, on everything else but that relationship. Because all he would do in a relationship would be just like smoke weed, like take up all my space. He wouldn't give me any personal space. He didn't understand the concept of alone time. I needed to be alone sometimes to process my thoughts and my feelings. I needed to go and be a little introspective, geeky poet and just like be alone. He didn't understand that. So I was impressed. Maybe my ego was like, tell him, Sid. But yeah. But you said I smoke weed and take up all my girl's space. For some reason, it's saying it's held for review. Like I can't show it. But I don't even know what you mean, Reese. I don't know what you mean. But I'm sipping on this wine and I'm feeling it, y'all. I'm feeling it. But what was I saying? Yeah, I wrote down a little bit of notes, but I think the thing that was really spiritual was there was this one time when we kind of touched foreheads and we played some meditation music, and this is how I know he was like immature and deceived, but also in tune. It sounds crazy. You touch foreheads. He had some meditation music playing, and we kind of like just sat silently and like meditated or whatever. He had this lamp that casted like I think it was like a purple light. I think it was either purple light or red light or something. It was some type of color, and so it gave a certain vibe over the room. Either it was red or it was purple. I think it was purple, and then we played this meditation music on his TV, and the music just was just playing. And then we had our foreheads like touching our foreheads together, like it's some kind of what did you said the wine never lies. You right. You damn right. The wine never lies. So I had to be like, oh, excuse me. Who is reminiscing over who? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about, John? What are you talking about? Like for real. What you talking about? Anyways, so we had our foreheads touching and the meditation music was playing. And we were trying to read each other's energy. And and it was like this tarot, like what I saw was completely different from what he saw. So we both pulled away afterwards, and I was like, we was getting in tune with each other's energy, and I'm like, so what did you see? And he was like, I just felt this energy of love, which nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that at all. That's beautiful. That is actually beautiful. He was like, I just feel this energy of love. And the whole time for me, that wasn't what I was picking up on. But it just shows that we both were on two different frequencies. And maybe I wasn't grounded enough, but we were on two different frequencies because that's not what I picked up on. I had a whole image of some tarot cards, reading his energy, and I pulled away from him and I said, I feel like there's something about you that you're not telling me. And he didn't really understand. He didn't know really what I was talking about, or maybe he was pretending like he didn't know. But that's what I picked up on. Like there's something about you that you're not ready to reveal to me. And that's what I picked up on. He was like, love. But he was kind of like a little teenager. He was like, love. Oh, I love you. Oh, I'm so in love. Let's get married. Oh my God. I never had a girlfriend before. And you're like the first girl to give me attention. So, anyways, Yeah, I just told you what I was picking up on. That I felt like it was something that he wasn't telling me, or maybe it was something that was an aspect of his personality that I just wasn't. I wasn't getting I wasn't being able to connect with, and that's what I picked up on. And he was like, "Oh, just love." And at the time, I just thought he was naive, and I'm like, "You're just in an illusion, because I'm not even in love with you. Maybe I'm just a bitch." Maybe just a bitch. But anyways, Reese is like, he said, is he like bi or straight? He was bi curious. He was straight, but bi curious. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Pisces men are womanizers, but they're super true. He wasn't a womanizer. Maybe the Pisces men that you've dealt with, but he wasn't a womanizer, and he was chill, and he was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun together. And John said, "Isn't that a hopeless romantic?" Yeah, he was definitely a hopeless romantic. Definitely. Juju says, yes, womanizer to the max. I feel like more confident Pisces can be womanizers. Absolutely. So you had a connection, but he wasn't the right one. That's a good question, Reese. He definitely wasn't the right one. And we did have some type of spiritual connection. But I feel like it was just temporarily. It was just for that moment to learn a certain lesson. And that's it. Jesus is March Pisces that womanize. All you say is March Pisces that womanize, and it's not. What's the other Pisces? Was it March? Is it May? Wait, what's the other month for Pisces? Fuck. Aries is Taurus, Virgo. I mean, Taurus, Aries. What? April. See, that liquor is hitting y'all. Y'all can tell. April is Aries, Taurus, and Pisces is March. March, April, and January, February. Okay, Pisces is February, March. It took me a minute. Oh, and there y'all go. February. Thank y'all. Thank you, Merlot. Thank you, Merlot, for making me an idiot. I love it. It's great. I feel like I'm about to be a Pisces and be like, do you guys love me? Somebody say in the chat that you love me. Please tell me that you love me. I'm just kidding. So you're gonna roll a fatty or what? You know what, Reese? If you got it, I'll roll it. Seriously. If you got it, boo boo, I'll roll it because I could use some. I really could. But at the same time, I don't feel like I need to be high on marijuana. It can be a vibe though. It can really be a vibe. But I've smoked so much marijuana in my past that like I don't need it. If it falls into my lap and it is presented to me in a way where I feel like spirit is like smoke this blunt. It will help you to reach your highest spiritual consciousness. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, spirit, I have no choice but to listen and take that blunt. But if it don't feel like that, I'm not gonna take the blunt. Period. If I don't feel like that I'm supposed to take the blunt, if my higher self, if I feel like my higher self didn't tell me to take that blunt, I'm not gonna take that blunt. Call me, call me anal, but I'm just not gonna take that blunt. It's not okay. So you're gonna? Oh, I already read that. I already read that. But yeah, don't get me smoking, y'all. Like that was a time, and I've had some really good times. High, like really, really good times, and I've had some really, really disturbing, uncomfortable times. So that's why I don't feel like I need weed because sometimes it'd be like negative, and then other times it'd be really, really positive. And I feel like if every time you do something it's a gamble, why even do it? So when I do it, it just has to be under certain circumstances. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. I can't believe I've been talking for an hour. Wow. That's what happened when you do live. When I do my own videos, mm-mm. Do you feel that you were meant to be single because you were? Oh my God, John, why would you ask me that? John said, "Do you feel that you were meant to be single because you were spiritually complex?" No, I feel like that when it comes to relationships, I do feel there's a generational curse or some type because I never really felt right with relationships. I just never felt settled. I never felt comfortable. Every time I was in some type of relationship, I always felt uncomfortable. I always felt like I wasn't with the right person. And it would just usually end either like mildly negative or very negative. It was like no, like it just never was really like it never really ended well when I would like do relationships. So I feel like I don't you know what, John, I really wish I had the answer to that question. I feel as though I am meant to be in relationships. I just feel like it may take me a while to get to a point where I'm content in relationships. Oh, I said it. I said it. I freaking said it. I do feel like I'm meant to be a part of a very significant partnership. I just feel like it's going to take a few rocky relationships to get there. Either that or I feel like the relationships may actually be better than I expected, actually. Like if I can tap into my own energy, like y'all know I'll be having visions and shit. I'm a weird psychic bitch. So like if I could tap into the energy, I'd be like, it's gonna be a little bit of a rocky road, but I feel like at some point I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna catch on and it's gonna make a lot more sense, especially when I'm older. And I do feel like I'm gonna marry somebody that really, really is on the same frequency as me and really like we vibe and we're soulmates. Like I do feel like I'm going to meet my soulmate in this lifetime. I'm going to meet my twin flame in this lifetime. And I do feel like I'm going to have a blissful marriage, especially in my older age. So yeah, that's my answer. It says Pisces tend to live in their own world and they're considered one of the feminine signs. They are. They are, but I'm a Taurus, and Taurus is feminine, is a feminine sign. But that's true. Pisces live in their own world. I live in my own world. I can be very imaginative, but being a Taurus, I also like to be very realistic about things. Pisces, like Pisces, love Taurus, and Taurus are drawn to Pisces. Pisces love Taurus because Taurus is open and they give people the benefit of the doubt. And Taurus is like, Pisces is cool as hell. Like we can just chill and party and drink and have fun. Like I feel like Pisces like Taurus because they can party with Taurus. Like we both love to drink, we both love to smoke, we both love to have fun. You both love to meet new people. Like we vibe. We have similar needs and similar desires, but like over time, it's like our long run desires is not the same. So yeah. Reese, you said some strains of weed make you anxious. Yeah, sometimes I've had anxious highs, but what I've realized is it's really less the strands for me. It's really less the strands and more of the frequency that you already are on and what you eat. So when I eat meat, I've noticed that I have paranoid highs. And when I'm vegan, I don't have bad highs ever. Like every time I smoke weed, I never have a bad high when I'm vegan. Like ever. So I feel like weed reacts based on what's going on inside of you. So when I'm eating meat, pork, especially pork and beef, and I smoke weed, my highs are horrible, especially if you're an empath. You're picking up on all the energies going on. Weed is very intuitive. You are very intuitive. And weed says there's something going on in your body and you need to take that shit out. And so when I eat red meats and I smoke weed, I have horrible highs. And also even just meat in general. It could be even turkey or fish, which is the more lighter meats. Still, my highs aren't really good. The only time I have really good highs is when I'm haven't eaten meat in like 24 hours. And that's just my experience. Everybody's different. Guess I don't force it. Sometimes some of y'all messages, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what y'all trying to say. It's kind of confusing. And Juju says weird is like limited edition. Exactly. I'm weird, as y'all know. I'm really weird and really unique and quirky. And I say some outlandish, out there shit. And I'm like, the one, the one. This is one thing about true love and the one and twin flames. I feel like you'll find him or her once you are completely and truly your authentic self. Once you let go of all these ideas of how you're supposed to be and you stop pretending, stop faking, stop lying, you'll meet your soulmate. Once you live your life completely in a way that is completely true to you, you're going to meet your soulmate. And that's what spirit has been telling me. John says contentment and compassion goes together in relationships. I guess so. I guess so. Sean T says, Cancer here. I attract so many Pisces. Of course you do. You're a Cancer. Of course you attract Pisces. Y'all are water signs. Y'all both can cry together. Juju says, Cancer here. Too, they're obsessed. Cancer, wait, you mean Cancers are obsessed or Pisces are obsessed? Oh, John, you're a Cancer moon? So what's it like to be a Cancer moon? Because I don't have a water moon. I don't have a water sun. I don't have a water Mars or water Venus. I don't have a water rising. I have water nothing except my 7th and 8th house. I have Pisces in my 7th and 8th house. That's the only water. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really it. Yeah. My dominant energy, I would say, is earth and air. Yeah, I'm an earth sign. My moon is Libra, which is air. My rising is also earth. My Venus is also air, and then my Mars is fire. So when it comes to water, I'm honestly, no offense to water signs, but I'm glad that I don't have water in my like inner circle. My first 5 planets, I'm glad they're not water, simply for the fact that it's harder for water signs to get out of depression and stuff like that. And I feel like because I don't have water in my immediate, like my first 5 planets, when I'm sad, it only lasts for like 2 days. But for water energy, it's like they'll be depressed for years and sometimes like a lifetime, and they will never like get out of it. Not every water placement, it just depends. But for me, I'm like, I don't like that. Like I have a Mars in Aries. I'm like, okay, I've been sad long enough. I'm bored. Let's go have some fun. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I should wear a bun. Should I wear a bun? Should I wear a ponytail? Hold on. Okay, y'all. So tell me what y'all favorite signs are. What signs do y'all feel y'all compare? First of all, tell me what y'all chart, like your birth chart looks like. And then the signs that y'all feel y'all are most compatible with, the signs that y'all just are so glad exist. Just let me know. This is the thing about short hair. Like, I don't know. Anyways, it says Cancer Moon is hated for no reason and misunderstood. I don't hate Cancer Moons. I actually don't really know any Cancer Moons like that. I know Cancer Suns. Oh my gosh, Andre. You said I have noticed men with Cancer Moons are very violent. I've noticed Cancers can be very angry. Moon and Sun, female and male. Cancers can be I don't get it though. Like why are Cancers so angry? Are you okay, Andre? Like what Cancer Moon fucked you up? I'm just fine. Juju says sounds about right. Stars and Jim says your favorite is Earth and Fire. Okay, and I got that. I'm an Earth Sun, Earth Rising, Fire, Mars. I personally love that combo because Earth is like super motivated because they want to be successful. Like Earth is super ambitious and they will stop at nothing until they get to where they need to go. If if fire signs are energetic, so fire it just lights the fire underneath the earth sign's ass. So if you're earth with fire, it's like you're a go-getter and you're gonna be successful without a doubt. So I love earth and fire energy. I really do. You have a sun in Gemini, moon in Sagittarius. Oh, so your sun is opposite your moon. You have a Mercury in Gemini. You have a Venus in Cancer and a Mars in Libra. This is Zandy, by the way. Zandy's nature. Okay, you got some interesting mix going on there. I feel like when it comes to relationships, that's a whole nother you. You're one way, like you're air, you're fire, you're like extroverted, you're like blunt, you're like out there. And then when it comes to relationships, you're like, Please love me. Come here. Come here. I'll hold you. I'll rub your feet. I just want you to be pleased. Juju says, I have a Leo rising with a Cancer sun. Like, I want to party but hide in my house all day. You know what, Juju? I can relate. I don't necessarily want to hide in my house all day, but I do want to party. But at the same time, I do like being home. I do like my energy in my space. But I really do like being out. I do like partying. I love going to clubs. Like, y'all, y'all think I'm extroverted and goofy on my channel when in real life when I go to the club, I will dance all night and I don't care if I'm the only one dancing. Okay, I will be the center of attention. I don't give a fuck. People laugh at me like I'll go to the club and there's always that hater on the side because they don't understand why a person can just dance and enjoy themselves. And I'm like, if I'm gonna go out and go clubbing, I'm gonna enjoy myself. And there's always somebody on the sidelines trying to make fun of me or looking at me like I'm crazy. And because I have Mars and Aries and Venus and Gemini, I don't give a damn. And I'm like, I'm crazy. But I always have fun whenever I go out. You will have fun with me because I truly don't give a damn. I will have the time of my fucking life. So I really do like going out. I do. And I need to do that more often. Oh my God. Where was I? Oh, John says, LOL, not true, Andre. To what? Juju says you love Capricorn, Taurus, and Pisces. Okay, I'm a Taurus. You like me? You like me? I only have Capricorn like that. I don't actually. I don't have Capricorn like in my chart like that. Wow, I've been on this thing for an hour and 6 minutes. Where did the time go? We have fun though. We have fun. We have fun. I just reminiscing on my past and on the stuff that I've been through and how I'm always the life of the party when I go out, like always. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm shy. Oh my God. And then when I go out and I have fun, I'm always the life of the party. Like I'm always the one having fun. Like I don't give a damn. I'm always the one having fun. And I've always managed to attract people who want to have fun with me. Cause I ain't going to the club by my damn self. Okay. Yeah, that's that Venus and Gemini talking. Who is your favorite in the zodiac? Who, me? Me. Okay, so my favorite in zodiac, honestly, the ones I feel like I have the best conversations with, I would have to say is Virgo, Taurus, um, Libra, Cancer, and Gemini. I would have to say. I would have to say the ones that I really like. I'm gonna give y'all my top three. Is Taurus, Gemini, and Libra. Yeah, that's my top three. Taurus, Gemini, Libra. And if you whenever I meet somebody with those three combinations, I love them. Like a Taurus with a Gemini moon. One of my bestest friends is a Taurus with a Gemini moon. Love them. Great, great, great connection. I love Libra rising. See, he's a Taurus with a Gemini moon and a Libra rising. Libra signs like I have a Libra moon, so Taurus, Gemini, Libra. Period. I also really do love cancers. Like on the outskirts of that, like the other two signs after my top three would be Gemini. Would be Cancer and Virgo. Like Virgos can be really annoying and overbearing and controlling, but they also have a very Virgos. I really have an appreciation for Virgos that I didn't have in the past. Where Virgos got your back. Virgos got your back. They're one of the best. Virgos are literally one of the best type of people on the planet. Virgos got your back. I freaking love Virgos. And when they say they got your back, they got your motherfucking back. Virgos, they know how to provide. They know how to take care. They know how to nurture. Virgos are damn near perfect, even though they're not perfect. Because the thing that makes Virgos not so perfect is that they think that they can judge everybody. But other than that, Virgos are solid people. I really, really love Virgos and Cancers. is Cancers are so loyal. Like Cancers are so sweet. Yeah, you are right, Juju. Virgo is super smart. You're right, Juju. Yeah, Virgo is, they're very intelligent. Michael Jackson was a Virgo. Michael Jackson was a Virgo. Michael Jackson was a Virgo, y'all. And I love Michael Jackson. Like, y'all don't understand the love. And then my other favorite sign, which is Gemini, Prince was a Gemini. Prince was a Gemini. But I tell you, I love Mercury people. I love Mercury people. Okay. Prince was a Gemini. Michael Jackson was a Virgo. I love Geminis and I love Virgos. Rest in peace to the king of pop. Okay, yo, when I tell y'all Michael Jackson have my heart, he has my heart. And guess what Michael Jackson's moon is? Pisces, which is the opposite of Virgo. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. Appreciate that. He said Virgo girl I know is hard working woman. I don't know. Yeah, Virgos are very hardworking. I mean, come on. I said coming on. Come on. Beyonce is also a Virgo. And think about it. Like Beyonce is so successful. Michael Jackson was so successful. And it's because they're so hardworking. When you work hard, you become successful. And Virgos will show you that. Virgos are leaders. Sometimes I'm jealous of Virgos. Gemini's a ride or die. Humming Mint said Gemini's a ride or die. I would say they are for the most part. Yeah, I would say they are. Yeah. And John said, respect the Prince. Oh, absolutely. And if anybody want to hate on Prince, you can get the fuck out. Because Prince is everything and a bag of chips, okay? He said Prince was Gemini. OMG, what? I think he was like a Libra. Oh, no. No. I love Libras, but no. Libras could never touch. No, I love Prince, though. I mean, OMG. Prince, OMG. Prince was such a Gemini. Even if I didn't know, I would guess. Yeah. Damn Geminis, they something. They something. Well, I really went from like talking about my ex-boyfriend, who's a Pisces, to just talking about all the signs. But it's always fun talking to y'all about this stuff. It's always fun. And y'all got me drinking, and I need to like not, but like, look. I'm tipsy. Look how much I drank. And then I still got this left. And I'm not going to drink all this tonight. But it was really fun talking to y'all, by the way. Yeah. So what is y'all like? Who's shady? Okay. He was shady to some people in a subtle, funny way. Who? Prince? I can see that. Prince was very shady. Prince was like a Devo. Like, Prince was short. He was a Devo. Definitely. Prince knew his worth, though. Like, I feel like with Prince, he knew his worth. Like, he knew he was talented. He knew he was a leader. He knew he was unique. Like, I love Prince. And the crazy thing about it is, let me not even reveal that to y'all. Let me not even reveal that about Prince. And yeah, so anyways, but yeah, I love Prince. Yeah. He's one of my idols. Him and Michael Jackson, my top two idols. Period. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun. I didn't expect to be on this long, y'all. Oh my God. I thought it was just going to be like 20 minutes, but it's an hour. Wow. You said y'all are so awesome in the chat. Peace out. Bye, John. Bye, Boo Boo. It was fun having you in the chat. I'm probably going to end this live as well, probably within the next 5 minutes. It's been fun, and I really enjoyed talking to y'all. This was a really good live, and Stars and Jim said make more lives. Okay, so before I get out of this live, what kind of lives do y'all want to see me do? Well, thank you, Stars and Gems. Thank you so much for saying you love my vibes. I work on my vibes. Actually, I used to have crystals, but my vibes are the way that it is, not because of crystals, but because of deep inner healing and a lot of shadow work, a lot of self chit chats, a lot of working with myself. So thank you. I said yes, Sydney. Go live more. You're fun AF. Oh, thank you. Oh, y'all. I gotta get a tissue. I gotta get the tissue out again. Oh my. Y'all said I'm fun. Thank you. He said, bye, everyone. Love talking to y'all. Bye, Humming Man. Bye, y'all. It's been really fun. It's been really fun. And I love that y'all love me because I really love y'all. And I just love that y'all like here interacting with me. It means a lot. It really, y'all are making my day. Y'all are making my day. Thank y'all. You know, you can talk about any topic. Okay. Well, thank you. But if you have any suggestions for any topic that you want me to talk about, just leave it in the chat and I'll consider it. It can be about zodiac signs. It can be about anything unrelated to zodiac signs. It could be anything. It could be about family trauma. It can be about parents. It can be about sex. It can be about art. It can be about career, future, whatever it is. So I agree. Talk about whatever. Okay. So y'all just telling me that I got free reigns to just talk about whatever makes me feel excited, whatever I feel passionate about. Okay, duly noted. You said relationships, gossip, and family. Oh, I got some gossip. But my Gemini Venus, y'all trust I got some gossip. Okay. Family is a little bit more of a touchy subject for me. I have a Lilith in Cancer, so it's a little bit more of a touchy subject for me. Um, I could though. I definitely could talk about family because I feel like the black sheep of my family. So I really could talk about family. I just have to decide what it is exactly that I wanted to talk about with family. But yeah. I said, yeah, shows us your arts. Show us your arts too. Okay, I got a painting right here on this wall if y'all want. I painted this. It says Aries. Painted this several years ago. I got paints. And back behind me, some more artwork. Hold on. Well, my finger. Okay. I painted this. I painted this. And I painted this right here. Right here. All these paintings back here. Except for the lion one and the Bob Marley one. But I painted these right here, the ones that's closest to me. But yeah, I painted this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show y'all some of my artwork. Like a whole like tour. Because I got a whole wall of art and painting. So thank you, Stars and Gems. Thank you very much. Um, Thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all for joining my live. I have to pee again, and maybe I might eat a snack. Y'all just give me such good energy that I honestly don't even want to end the live, which is really good, and I'm just sending y'all positive energy. Thank y'all for joining my live and for interacting with me. I definitely think I should go live more. Like y'all telling me that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that more often. So thank y'all for joining my live. Uh, Spread love, love yourself, and love life. Because at the end of the day, that is what love. I mean, that's what life is all about. It's love. Love yourself because you are worthy of love. And when you feel as though you are not worthy of love, that's just a conditioning, and it's not reality. Okay. The truth is, you are a light and you are needed on this earth. Okay. So thank y'all for listening to my live. Honestly, it's very humbling, and I need it. I really do, and I need y'all. I really do. But I always have to have a little advice, a little message, and that's just to love yourself. Because so many times I've been in experiences that were traumatic and stressful. But one thing I always learned was had I loved myself just a little bit more, I would not have experienced that pain and that trauma. Self love is so important. So love yourself. Okay. And encourage others to love themselves as well. Okay. So give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this live. Bye-bye.